Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, who's really being bugged by a fly that really wants to land on his face right now. Back with another kicking, you guessed it, graphic novel review. Today we are looking at more of the Donny Cates Venom run, Venom Volume 5, Venom Beyond, which is kind of like a little Batman Beyond reference. Quick read up at the back of the book. A dangerous armored foe named Virus erupts into Venom's life. He threatens to rip away everything Eddie Brock holds dear, his son, his symbiote, even himself. But as their battle spirals out of control, reality itself escapes Venom's grasp, and he finds himself somewhere beyond. As if one new threat wasn't bad enough, an entirely different foe rears its monstrous head as Eddie and Dylan try to make their way through a different and highly dangerous world. Thankfully, they enlist the help of new allies, some of whom have familiar faces, and one of whom Eddie may never want to leave. But as the full horrors of their strange surroundings and the nightmarish Codex become clear, Venom will soon have to make an impossible choice. Collecting Venom 2018 26 through 30 and material from Free Comic Book Day 2020 Spider-Man Venom by Donny Cates, I've been Coelho, Juan Gideon, Luke Ross, Ryan Stegman, JP Mayer, Jesus Arbatoive, and Frank Martin. Yeah, I actually have that Free Comic Book Day issue. If you want it, it's free it's free digitally because Free Comic Book Day. But yeah, this was a pretty good book, actually. So it starts off with Eddie telling the Avengers everything about Null, and they're like, Jesus Christ, Eddie, we thought you just did street level stuff. What's up with all this cosmic god shit? Iron Man is like super pissed. A lot of the characters are super pissed at Eddie. And then he's attacked in an alleyway by someone wearing this makeshift armor. It's like an old War Machine armor with like some Green Goblin stuff and anti-symbiote tech on it. And it's got like yellow Venom symbol and yellow Venom eyes painted onto it. And it's like parts of it are being held together by like duct tape and stuff. Like it's real janky. And he fights Venom. Venom beats him up, but they move on. Eddie does some interrogating. He and Dylan go to the Maker yet again. And the Maker is wearing the Ultimate Venom symbiote, which is synthetic, so he was able to upgrade it. So now it's like got even more powers and is super cool and stuff. Because remember, if you're caught up, remember the Maker needs to study symbiotes because they can help him survive the trip to the Ultimate Universe, which, as you remember, was basically destroyed. Then Virus busts in and starts to fight everybody, and the portal gets damaged and they all get sucked into it, and the Maker does get sent to 1610. Yeah, which is the Ultimate Universe. And Eddie and Dylan get sent to a different universe. Not only is it an alternate universe, but it's the future of an alternate universe. You know, the thing is, time isn't consistent across multiversal barriers. Yeah, they're not chronologically linked, I guess. So it's the future of an alternate dimension. And Virus got sucked in with Eddie and Dylan. They fight, and then these symbiote Avengers show up. These symbiote Avengers show up. And they are ready to take down Eddie and Virus, but while they're fighting Virus, Eddie is able to escape with Dylan. And they learn about this new villain called Codex, who rules the planet with symbiotes. And there's just a small freedom force that wears symbiotes that aren't connected to the Hive. And they're led by Agent Venom, who isn't Flash Thompson, isn't Eddie Brock, it's Annie. Eddie Brock's ex-wife, now deceased. And Dylan's mother, which is pretty cool. So apparently in this universe, Eddie Brock succeeded in killing himself in the church, and then when Annie went to the scene of his death, the Venom symbiote infected her, causing a very different timeline. and she's working with a like reformed Cletus Cassidy, Deadpool, Spider-Man, and Andy, who are all wearing symbiotes, Agent Venom style, which is pretty rad. I also like how she-venom is kind of drawn in this flashback where it shows her becoming she-venom, which is just regular Venom then, but remember it was she-venom in the main continuity. And she isn't drawn nearly as strangely hyper-sexualized as she was back in the day in the original main continuity. She's drawn with, like, more realistic torso proportions, but, like, her legs and arms are super beefed, which was also kind of cool. And then these other symbiote versions of superhumans show up, but they're like, they've basically absorbed the superhumans, and they're just kind of replicating their powers, and they're not actually the superhumans themselves. Like, one of them is Juggernaut, but he doesn't have the certain crystal that gives him all his powers, so he's not nearly as strong as the regular Juggernaut, and stuff like that. They fight, they get away. Virus is captured by Codex, because anti-symbiote tech is illegal, and they both seem to want to take out Brock. So, Virus's true identity is revealed, and it's kind of a big letdown, to be completely honest. Big spoilers coming up. So originally, in Virus's first appearance in the Free Comic Book Day book, I thought Virus was Eddie's dad, because just the cobbled together, you know, War Machine Mark III, which is old, with like old Goblin tech and stuff from the Tinkerer, just random symbiote tech from the Tinkerer and stuff, held together by like duct tape. It's like, that doesn't seem like something an established supervillain would be wearing. But it is. That's who it was. It was an established supervillain. Like, as I read, it became very apparent that Virus wasn't his dad. Because another reason I thought Virus was his dad, because he knew who Dylan was in that comic. But then it seems like Virus wanted to hurt Dylan as well, and it's like, okay, well, Eddie's dad probably wouldn't want to do that. And then Virus had one line that was like, I've always wanted to kill an Avenger, and I was like, yeah, it can't be Eddie's dad. It has to be someone else that we know, and it's just fucking Scorpion. No, seriously, it's literally just Scorpion. And I was like, why? Why did you take an established, relatively popular supervillain and just give them that new identity just for a, like, fake reveal? Like, just for a... The reveal is just, oh, it's Scorpion. No, Scorpion took a new name and got a new costume for basically no reason. Like, yeah, his Scorpion costume was busted up after Absolute Carnage, and he needed a special mechanized suit to walk because he became paraplegic in Absolute Carnage. But if you wanted to give him, like, a cobbled together suit like that, why not at least make it Scorpion-ish, right? And just say it's the Scorpion. But now he's in this cool suit that's, like, all just made out of junk because Eddie ruined his life and now he can't afford a new regular Scorpion suit. But he still needs it because he needs it to walk. Like, you didn't have to do this big, because the reveal was such a huge letdown. Absolutely a huge letdown. It's just Scorpion. It's just a different villain. They just took a new persona because... Donnie Cates, you are the best writer Marvel has right now. That being said, that was a super weak reveal. Just super weak. But Codex gave him a symbiote that he could use to walk and fight Eddie Brock. We get kind of a history of that world where Annie became pregnant with Dylan. And remember, Dylan wasn't conceived by Eddie having sex with Annie. Dylan was conceived by the symbiote with Eddie's DNA in it, creating a baby within Annie when she wore it as she-venom and when she wore it as Agent Venom in this universe, apparently. But apparently Null reached out to Dylan in this world and kind of turned him into this big dictator. They fight and defeat symbiote Scorpion, And it turns out that the armor that they brought through had environmental controls. The virus armor had lots of environmental monitoring, and it recorded in how to do interdimensional travel so that it could be used to take Codex to other worlds where he could get other symbiotes, but also, you know, the main point of it being in the story is so that Eddie can get home. You know, Gargan betrays them after agreeing to work with them, and Eddie is stuck in that dimension for a year while Reed Richards builds him the new machine. So he gets to be with Annie for a year. They get to be a family for a year. And they do free the older Dylan of Null's influence, which is also pretty good. They got to all be together, but then when they get back, Null's returned. So King in Black is the next thing. At the time of recording this, King in Black trade is not out yet. I should probably pre-order it. I'll be getting it as soon as it drops. Like, I'm gonna have me some King in Black. I've been waiting way too long for King in Black to finally happen. But that is it for Venom Volume 5, Venom Beyond. The Batman Beyond reference was fun because it was like an alternate kind of future with Dylan as the big villain. But also Dylan's like Grindel's symbiote symbol was also very reminiscent of Batman Beyond, actually. Definitely check out the book, read it so you can see everything, because the Donny Cates Venom run is incredible. Yeah, I've had a couple gripes, like that one issue where they were afraid to show Eddie without the symbiote, even though he wasn't attached to it, and Virus's reveal. Virus should have been his dad. That would have been cool. That would have been so cool. Ah, man. Because Virus was like, you took everything from me. And it could have been like, oh, you took Dylan from me. He was the last good thing in my world. Damn it, Brock, you took my reputation. You took my money. And now you've taken my son. You've taken everything from me, Brock. It would have been really cool. But it just fucking Scorpion, like anyone cares. Scorpion didn't even get to go back to the main universe with him. He's imprisoned in the other universe. So I don't know how Scorpion's going to come back at some point, but I'm sure he will. So that is it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all, you guessed it, next time.